Hello, dear students of third year. This is Tahmina Madam. I hope you are doing well and keeping safe at your home in this current situation. Today, before going to the main topic, I would like to tell you something about the situation and which we are learning from the situation. Dear students, you know you have just started your classes in third year, but then came such a situation which is very unpredictable and uncertain. But I think we all are learning something from this situation that life is very uncertain and anytime anything can happen. This is true that for the first time the whole world is unitedly fighting against this virus. We are also experiencing that we cannot exist well without each other. We cannot live well alone. This is why we are staying at home to keep us and as well as others safe. But as human beings, we cannot lose hope or dream. Dear students, you can remember the poem of Robert Frost, which is very promising and dreaming. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So, dear students, we should not give up. We should not never stop dreaming. We never stop our waiting. We are all are waiting that one day we will meet again in our beloved campus, in our college, in our classroom. But before meeting in the classroom, let us start our study through online. Today, I am going to discuss on 16th and 17th century poetry, which is in your syllabus. I will take several short sessions on this topic. However, in this specific course, the poet Edmund Spenser belongs to the 16th century. The other poets, Donne, Marvell, Herbert, and Milton, are all from the 17th century. Now, I would like to tell you the characteristics of 17th century that will be helpful for you to know about the poets which belong to this age. The characteristics of 17th century literature are different from those of the 16th century. You know, 16th century is also known as the Elizabethan age, and Shakespeare is the greatest writer in this age. The 17th century, 1601 to 1700, covers two major ages in literature. These are Puritan age and Restoration age. Now I am going to tell you about the Puritan age, why it is called Puritan age and what are the characteristics. The 17th century up to 1660 was dominated by Puritanism and is hence called Puritan age. The Puritan movement in literature may be considered as the second and greater Renaissance marked by the rebirth of the moral nature of man. And you know, the first Renaissance was the Elizabethan age. The spirit of the movement was profoundly religious. It had two chief objects. The first was personal righteousness, and the second was civil and religious liberty. It aimed to make men honest and to make them free. The 17th century is remarkable for its shift from an age of faith to an age of reason. So you can tell the 16th century literature or the Elizabethan age is the age of faith. Literature of this century, that means the 17th century, represents the turbulence in society, religion, and the monarchy of this period. The literature of this age is extremely diverse in character and is sadly lacking in the unity, joyousness, and splendid enthusiasm of Elizabethan prose and poetry. Major writers of this age are Milton, Dryden, and Bunyan. This literature differs from that of the 16th century in three ways. It has no unity of spirit, as in the days of Elizabeth, resulting from the patriotic enthusiasm of all classes. Secondly, it emphasizes on moralities, whereas Elizabethan focuses on romanticism and sensuousness. Thirdly, it is critical and intellectual. It makes us think deeply rather than to feel any emotion. So thank you, students. This is all for today. In the next session, I will tell you on Restoration Age. Till then, keep well and stay safe.